Oh, you're 1 minute off. You all got the hundo. Well, Happy New Year to me. I get a hundo of a Meowth. Ha! Meowth? And it's female. Well, I guess I don't have the Team Rocket Meowth. Wonder why it's female. Yeah, Jeremy's notorious for getting hundos of female Pokemon. And Meowth is definitely that. You know what's weird? Meowth is a cat, and Mordecai, Jeremy, and Crash Bandicoot are basically vulnerable to cats. Cats eat birds, cats eat rats. I think that's probably Crash Bandicoot's reaction. I don't know how he feels about actually spawning that. But we all know that the credit mostly goes to Mal. Yeah. Remember, I took these screenshots on a live stream, so they stayed, and so they activated. Guys, I thought I said we're not getting hundos this year. Sorry, Jeremy's so broken as a hundo charm. He had to literally get one. He was jealous of Mel getting a hundo in January. Well, big surprise, Mel still got the hundo, but at least he was there. No wonder my hand was itching. My hand was itching earlier when I was doing Pokemon Go Battle League. I'm like, I wonder why it's scratchy. And so I battled Team Rocket Grunt, got Meowth, saw it was at 272, basically 95 IVs, purified it, and it was a hundo. Yeah, purified hundos also count. Jeez, how broken is Jeremy and Mel? Jeremy and Mel were the best hundo charms of 2023, and they're back and better than ever. In my birthday month, too, of all things. Thanks, Mom. It's okay. I got a hundo Meowth. Yeah. Meowth, that's right. But it's a female. It's Team Rocket, blast off at the speed of light, surrender now or prepare to fight. Meowth, that's right. Ah, Buffett. I don't know what it is, but I have like Team Rocket hundos. A lot of the time, the hundos I get, they're from Team Rocket. You name it. Wobbuffet, Jellicent, even though Jesse had a Frillish. Then you also have Toxapex, which is James from Sun and Moon. I don't know, I got like Team Rocket hundos for some reason. They couldn't stop, huh? You couldn't stop, you couldn't wait. I told you, you guys would be retired. You guys were only activated to be search charts for Galarian Articuno, not more hundos. Well, it is the new year, so I guess I'll let it slide. I never got a New Year's hundo. Now, what do I name you? What do I name this Meowth, actually? That's like a brand new hundo added. Just so I can stay truthful to Team Rocket, I don't want to evolve it into Persian. Not yet, exactly. Don't get me wrong, I like Persian, but Meowth is just way too iconic. Now, those hundos I talked about that were basically Team Rocket, yeah, I got those. It started with Toxapex, which came from the Go Battle League. Sometimes when you battle a lot, you're more luckier to get hundos, especially from this league alone. And big surprise, it was female. Why is it that half the time, the hundos that Jeremy gets are females? I mean, yeah, there are times where I do accept it, considering that this character is from Helluva Boss and was female. But so far, most of the time, it's just basically Okay, that one's a dude. Yeah, Checkpoint's also a dude. Well, the Farfetch shouldn't have been female. I'm never gonna have Ashes, am I? Taylor's pretty good, but I don't think she's better than, Ashes Sirfetch'd that really didn't do much. Just able to weaken Garchomp so Lucario could finish it. What was probably the best Hundo? Well, I did say that Crystal was probably the best. I mean, this is a mythical after all. Which Jeremy got, no surprise. Even looking at it, she looks female. She does. I even made a stream talking about the best Hundo charms. And here comes this group actually going out of their own way to get more Hundos. It's like the new year. Guys, can you slow down a little bit? I don't know what it is. We get a bee. We get the Pringles mascot. What more are we going to get from these guys? And I gotta go put a mark saying that this came from my birthday month, because it did. Only difference is this is from 2024. How are the battles so far? Well, we were able to have flawless ones at first. Then we lost one battle. We got counter battled. Someone brought a Breloom. Rigby couldn't do much to it. There's the Jigglypuff costumed. There's the Shadow Meowth that I caught. Purified. Became a Hundo. It could also be that it's boosted. But even at times when they are boosted, they don't turn out to have good IVs. For what it is, I'm just glad we at least got something good today. I just have to transfer the ones I don't need. I mean, I can keep the Jigglypuff. There's a thing that's going on right now. Yeah, costume Pokemon. They normally do this during the new year. In 2022, I got 2 shinies. The shiny Pikachu that you saw, a net. And then you got the shiny Hoothoot, which is now a shiny Noctowl. No shinies, but Hundo. Okay. It wasn't even based on the event. It was just a Team Rocket grunt. Oh yeah, and don't forget Minesweeper the Weezing, which is James's. Caught in March. March was Jeremy's best month when it came to Hundos. Don't believe me? Note that I normally get these Hundos saved, and then I go to Pokemon Go, and when I opened it up one time, I actually caught a Hundo. Or after I'm done with the battle, I screenshot these characters, and then I checked the award, and it turned out the award was a Hundo. That being the Wobbuffet. So yeah, these are either last minute, or I was just extremely lucky. Not that all 4 of them were together at the same time when I took the screenshot, and then when I went to claim my award in Go Battle League, it turned out to be a Hundo. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, but when you look at the Hundo charms, you see at first it's dominated by minions. Then you kind of scroll down and you see that now Jeremy dominates them. February was his start, and this was during the Hoenn tour. He hatched the Hundo Farfetch'd, and it was a girl. As I said earlier, Jeremy's notorious for getting female Hundos. I don't know what is up with him, catching females. The Farfetch'd, the Yungoos, the Mirani, Tornadus, Therian, I don't know, it looks more like a dude, but those were legendary boosted and non-weather boosted. He also got Phanpy, Chad got the Eevee, he literally got himself. I guess that kind of made Jeremy a little bit jealous, so he wanted to have a little piece of that pie, and he got that. Yeah, you can totally see that there's a whole bunch of Hundos that he actually acquired or something. I don't know what it is. I'm still a little bit sleepy from staying up late. I mean, who isn't on New Year's? Yeah, even if Mordecai gets the hundos as well as Mel, there's no denying that Jeremy was the best when it came to hundos. And he really wanted to get a January hundo for some reason. Even though Mel was first, he wanted to get that. In November, we got that hundo Growlithe. Also, we got the hundo Grimer, so I got Meyer now. Sprigatito, that was Mordecai. For some reason, I don't know what is up with Mordecai and Jeremy and cats. What is up with Mordecai, Jeremy, and cats? The Glameow, the Sprigatito, Meowth. I don't know what it is with them, with the cats and all. Aren't you guys, like, afraid of them? You guys are birds. Cats eat birds. I know I wanted to have a cat as a support animal, or emotional support animal, but that's besides the point. I don't need you to get hundo cats because of that. If they were, I would allow the minions, but not the birds for Bandicoot's sake. Yeah, these were probably their highlights of last year. They ended it off by getting the hundo Frillish. But seriously, when you look at it, nothing's really changed. These are still the same hundos. The same hundo charms. And yet Crash Bandicoot is at least glad that he at least got some of the hundo luck. Because you gotta remember, in 2023, Crash Bandicoot was deemed to be the worst hundo charm. And shiny charm in general. Honestly, when you look at it, Jeremy basically dominates. So that means I have to update his hundos. It may have been a repeat image, but it's still Jeremy at the same time. Which one is more effective? Honestly, I feel more that the fist pose is more effective. Why? Because he's more iconic. And, bird for crying out loud. Yeah. That's what he's gotten, like, a lot. Birds. Bird, the Tornadus Therian, the Bird Josh, the Swellow. Another Galarian Farfetch'd. Woobat's not a bird, but it's like flying type. That one's a dude. I don't know what was up with the birds of last year. Must have been, something, I guess. If you're wondering, those victories came from the Holiday Cup. See, the symbol basically shows the which cup I was battling in. How long is the Holiday Cup going to be? Yeah, I walked 18.1 kilometers last week. That's a lot. Well, you know me, I'm active, but you have to notice that it kind of decreased a little bit because of cold weather. I don't need to get a shiny Hoot. I already have a shiny Hoot. It's already a Noctowl. That's from 2022. And I certainly don't need shiny Pikachu because I already have Annette. Annette was from 2022. I think maybe I should use Annette in the Holiday Cup, but she's just not that powerful. Yeah, her attack, but her defense is abysmal, and her HP. Let me just look at the perfect Pokedex. Yeah, Meowth got included. If I don't include this, I'm at a risk of not including another inclusion to the perfect Pokedex. But what should I do? Hello, Menchie, Happy New Year. Yeah, I got a hundo Meowth on the new year. Isn't it cool? I don't know whether or not to evolve Meowth into Persian, because it wouldn't be a Team Rocket Mon. I don't know what to do. Giovanni has a Persian. Team Rocket's got a Meowth. I know Giovanni's basically the boss of Team Rocket, but I want it to be iconic. Persian as well. I did remember I used him in Pokemon Stadium. Had a critical hit slash. I have to really think about this. Yeah, I mean, if you had a Hundo Pikachu, you wouldn't evolve it into Raichu now, would you? I don't have it. The, thing lied to me saying that, oh yeah, that's a Hundo. Well, guess what? I had a 154 combat power Pikachu. I thought it was a Hundo, but no, it was a 98%. And I was disappointed. Very disappointed. Why would they include it to be that if it wasn't true? That's like a 98%. It's still good, right? Yeah, but I was lied to. How do I know if those people there are legit? Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. I don't know what it is. And plus, I don't want to get the Hundos that I'm missing. Unless I feel that I should. All I'm missing is a Combee and a Totodile. I don't really need Combee because, well, to be honest, Combee was actually useless because it was a male Combee. Combee's males don't evolve. Only the females evolve into Vespiquen. And Totodile, my rival Passerb from Pokemon Soul Silver had one. And I'm more basically with the Typhlosion instead. I mean, I started with it in Crystal and Soul Silver, so it only makes sense that I actually have this Hundo. I also have the Hundo of Meganium, Herb. So, I don't know if I am going to get a Hundo Totodile. If I do, I'll be glad to at least get it over with. But Herb and Bakfun are probably one of my favorites. I know people say that, that Meganium is not the best, but I think it's fine. You watched Drake and Josh last night and during the New Year? Okay. Should I battle? Okay. But, don't expect a lot of battles, okay? I fell asleep yesterday. I was too tired. I couldn't take a shower. Plus, Mom said it was too late to take one, so... I mean, it was 1 in the morning. Luckily, I have found another blanket to snuggle up in. They got flame charge, don't they? You had a dream Demon 4 releasing their trailer? Man, I wish I had your dream. They've included a lowland Geodude. That was a shadow one. There's nothing my Wingull would have done. We're getting countered. Mel was there? What? Yeah, it had Bob, Kevin, Stuart, and Otto. Do you think the actual one is going to have it too? Let's hope so. Maybe best you don't say Mel's name when I'm trying to battle. Please don't say Mel's name when I battle. Caught Sonic! Ah! Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Why? How do you expect me to defeat a Salamence and a Charizard? Yeah, there's no way. They had evolved forms. That was terrible. They had evolved forms. I couldn't do anything. Man, when they're like bringing the evolved forms into battle. It's called Little Cup. Why are they allowed to bring in Charizards and Salamanders? That's kind of unfair. They should be banned. The Pokemon should be banned from this league. Yeah, we got countered. We couldn't win a single one. But hey, let's go Battle League for you. You get countered. What can we do? It's a Chansey. Did they just give up? Wow, the only battle we're going to win is this? Well, it's better than nothing, I guess. Yeah, they gave up. They had a Pumpkaboo in the back. Pumpkaboo only had grass-type moves. Those battles were terrible. Who allows fully evolved Pokemon in a Little Cup of all things? It's called Little Cup. They shouldn't be here. I can understand maybe Charmander or Bagon, but why would they include Charizard or Salamence? Seriously, it just doesn't make sense. Little Cup, those are not Little Cup Pokemon. They're not. Who approved of that? Who said it was okay? There needs to be a rule to not use evolved Pokemon, especially in a Little Cup of all things. And I already reached my number. Just great. Anyone up for some Minion Rush? Play healthy? Hey, that kind of reminds me of the Tekken games. Avoid continuous play for extended periods of time. The Tekken 4 had that. After I'm done with the Minion Rush, I gotta start drawing that thing I was gonna say. The new for 2024. I'm finally gonna try to get those projects done. Some way, shape, or form. But which one do I start first? We'll have the wheel to decide that. I did say I was gonna start Chad and Jeremy Kids, so I'm going to leave that off of the wheel. The cover got done yesterday, so I got some brainstorming to do. Also, I gotta get done this Minion Rush mission as well. In the past, I got medals, but since I can't get them back, I have to stay with which ones I've got. So I uninstalled Minion Rush a long time ago, so I had to try to get all my stuff back. Well, I got the costumes, the medals. No. I had to earn different types of medals from the events. So yeah, I don't have the one from Secret Life of Pets, but I do have the one from Rise of Gru. Maybe in Despicable Me 4, they might add Otto to Minion Rush, but it was a missed opportunity. They should have done it with Rise of Gru when it came out in 2022. You guys had an opportunity to put Otto in Minion Rush. You got Mel, you got Kevin, you got Stuart, you got Bob, you got the anniversary Phil. And you also got Claude. I know it's called Artist Stuart, but that's literally just Claude. Why was it so hard for you to include Otto of all people? What if they introduce another new minion in Despicable Me 4? One we never saw before. Is he gonna be as good as Otto? Or as bad as Mel? Who knows? What? Have you ever watched Otto and the Snow Beans? You and your beans! Seriously, what is it with you and your beans? The basis of Minions Wanted a Minion was basically the Minions going on vacation because Gru and his family are also going on vacation. He's taking the family out, even the dog, Kyle. And he convinces Mel to join the Minions on their vacation. Mel begrudgingly agrees, but that's only because he has no choice as he wants to listen to his big boss. And so they're basically on their way to like some beach or resort. I haven't really decided which they're going to, but if it's loosely based on Minion's Paradise, I assume maybe a resort might do better. I'm using a Minions translation website. I don't know if it's legit, but I'm also probably going to have to create a English version where the Minions are speaking English, just in case people don't understand what they're saying. The translation will be on a separate document, because no new dialogue has been added. Guardians of the Galaxy Clutch Redemption, I'm at the part where he goes back to the Pure Ones, and Naira's upset because Clutch's wearing Metal Peak's mask. And, yeah, they're not too happy with him. I created a character, Lyric. Yeah, similar to the defunct company. And a Primal Rage Conquest for Earth. Talon engages in combat with Vertigo, but he gets severely injured, and he's picked up by Blizzard and taken to this cave. So yeah, I haven't done much with the property, because I got regular life, and I was finding hundos in 2023. That was my New Year's resolution. I never said it on stream, but I kept it to myself. I'm like, I need to go find hundos for every month this year, and so I did. Started with minions, ended with Jeremy. And since Jeremy didn't get a hundo in January of last year, he got one. Meowth. It's just sad that in Holiday Cup, you have to face off against evolved forms. In Little Cup, I will say this again, Little Cup is only for the unevolved Pokemon. Why would they include Charizard, or Breloom, or Salamence? I can understand maybe Alolan Ninetales, but seriously, dragons and, I don't know what the heck Breloom is, but it looks like a dinosaur to me, so I say maybe Velociraptor. Who's better at sitcoms, Nick or Disney? Nick. I feel that Nick has much better sitcoms. I mean, there wasn't really anything on Disney Channel that I liked, except maybe Boy Meets World and That's So Raven. The other stuff, I don't know, just didn't really click with me. I prefer Drake and Josh, iCarly, Zoe 101, all that, even though it's not a sitcom. It was still basically like starring real people. Scared of minion, you get more fevers. That's why you need to use this particular minion. Only use the other minions if you need to get a task done. So say like, run 57 seconds with the minion shield. You might need Stuart or someone that has the shield. Or with the banana vacuum. Epic, basically, you got Despicable Mel. Remember the show Jessie? The theme song annoyed me so much. I think the only news show that I liked from Disney Channel at the time was Dog with a Blog. But I haven't seen it in such a long time. And I don't know what they're doing nowadays. And So Random was just basically their take on all that, but failed miserably. Then again, Disney XD also had Bizarre Bark. Yeah, how do I remember all of this? Sorry, when it comes to sitcoms, Nick was the best. I mean, they had Teen Nick. I love it's called Teen Nick, and the sitcoms they had were TVG, suitable for all audiences. So are you sure it's Teen Nick? Kenan Kel was also awesome. I think it was a spin-off of all that. Yeah, they had Big Time Rush, which was a sitcom, and it didn't have the launch track. It was Guy Moon doing the score. I know it was. Guy Moon always does those sound effects. I hear them in Fairly Odd Parents. I'm like, yeah, that's Guy Moon. Oh yeah, Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. That show was created by Scott Fellows. I don't know if it's a sitcom, but it was really good. It gets tips on what to do in school. I don't really like that they had to do the thing with the love and stuff, but I think that was like a thing with the Nick sitcoms. There's always some kind of romance thing. I mean, come on, guys. You guys are supposed to be like sitcom funny stuff. Don't include love romance stuff. Kids are watching this. This is why I don't like it when kids shows introduce love romance stuff. It just doesn't work. If it's for preteen audiences like maybe 12, I understand, but TV or 7 and G? No. It could be something simple like Gary falling in love with a snail or SpongeBob falling in love with a Krabby Patty, Mr. Krabs on a date with Mrs. Puff. Like, that stuff is cute. You don't have to go way too deep into it. Just show that love is a thing, but, like, try not to go too overboard with it. You saw what happened with Regular Show. Even though some people say Regular Show's not a kid's show. I mean, it's on Cartoon Network. I mean, it's for preteen audiences. But kids still watch Regular Show. Because, you know, the show's got animals. They like animal characters. It's just sometimes the situations just didn't really seem too kid-friendly, even for the channel it was on. I'm looking at you, Season 1. Yeah, Guy Moon does do butch shows. Didn't he also do Tough Puppy? He was on the first season. Believe it or not, Guy Moon actually did music for the first season of The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. This was before when it was connected with Grim and Evil. This is before these two shows became their own shows. In one particular episode, there was, that one had music that was very similar to what would eventually become the music for the show. When does Mr. Krabs love Mrs. Puff for money? It's probably hard. There's an episode called Krusty Love where he actually developed a crush on Mrs. Puff. It was actually sweet and wholesome. But the thing is, he can't choose between two of those things. And in the newer seasons, it's implied that the two are actually dating. So they must have been dating off screen. But yeah, we do see moments like that. So I think it's confirmed that Mr. Krabs and Mrs. Puff are dating. But at least they don't go above and beyond like in Regular Show. Again, it's supposed to be relatable, but you can do relatability without having to have a stuttering blue jay or having your season almost entirely dedicated to love romance plots. This is why in regular life I don't focus on that stuff, because while there are episodes that do focus on that, not the entire season is dedicated to it. Don't want to have it to be as bad as season 6 of Regular Show. Guy Moon has a lot of music for the Fairly Odd Parents, which sounds never quite... I mean, the older seasons, mostly season 1 had less music. That's true. I'm just trying to decide what not to do in my baby spinoff. Kind of like what not to do at a stoplight. Except you have to say what you can't do. Maybe I should get started. What you're witnessing right here is basically the folder consisting of things that I've done. Episodes of regular life, as well as reviews of movies. The creation of fanfictions that were never finished but will soon see the light of day if they're worked on a little bit more. Now let me just, okay, so I don't forget. What not to do in Chad and Jeremy Kids. Hey, this is easy. By Menchie Guevara. Ha! This is pure gold. Okay, I just gotta think about what not to do in Chad and Jeremy Kids, because this is a baby spinoff. And since I'm writing this down, I'm sure that we'll be able to come up with something. Okay. Have you noticed Josh and Drake and Josh lost weight in the later seasons? Well, yeah, he did. I'm trying to think on what to do right now. Gee, this is harder than I thought. This is worse than SpongeBob writing an essay. At least he had to write an essay. I don't need to write an essay. This is just ideas on what to do for Chad and Jeremy kids. We'll get to that when we're done with the mission. Or at least we get a couple more presents. Oh man, I missed one. Hey, it's a start. That's kind of like Spencer procrastinating on trying to make this labradoodle sculpture for somebody, but he gets distracted by Pack-Rat, which is basically a reference to Pac-Man, but you got rats. You got cats instead of ghosts, and you got a rat instead of Pac-Man. So yeah, he just works on the tail, and he's like, tail's done, and then goes back to playing the game. This is kind of similar. Except my thing isn't do, it's just, I gotta at least get some ideas out there. Also, you got Regular Life Cutting Room Floor, where I basically go into detail on what stuff didn't make it to the final cut, as well as stuff that was originally called something and then had their names changed. So yeah, that also includes the original draft I did of Jeremy the movie. The god-awful draft I did of 2015, Jeremy the movie, in my film class in high school. I guess Josh started to exercise. You know, it kind of, like him chubby, he can be funnier. Josh is a punching bag. Yeah, I feel that he didn't want to, like, go back to work with Drake because half the time, I just didn't like, I mean, I guess that there are some wholesome moments, but it's just, it feels a bit toxic, about just as bad as Mordecai and Rigby's friendship dynamic. Drake and Josh also kind of fall in that same category, but I think Drake can be a little bit worse than Mordecai. Okay, no, Mordecai's worse than Drake. That episode, Josh is done, hits harder than ever. Because it shows that Josh is done with Drake's shit, and so he decides to move on. He's like, I'm not mad at you. I just don't want anything to do with you anymore. Oh, the sad reality of how it became. At least Josh is on to much bigger and better things. He wants to be a part of things now. To be fair, I didn't really like Drake and Josh. I know they make him to be this cool guy, but man, he's mean sometimes. And basically a chick magnet. Always seen flirting with girls a lot of the time. If I want to say which characters I liked in Drake and Josh, I liked Josh and Crazy Steve. Yeah, Crazy Steve, played by Jerry Trainer. That's why I like Spencer in iCarly. He's kind of almost the same, but he has a more responsible big brother personality to Carly. That's what I like about Jerry Trainer, along with him voicing Dudley from Tough Puppy. He's one of my favorite actors, aside of Nathan Kress. Yeah, Megan. Yes, I remember the little sister. I also liked Megan. It's so cool to see how, Miranda Cosgrove went from being this devious little sister to being a very responsible young adult in iCarly. I mean, she's got her moments too. I mean, they can be wholesome and nice. But I can't tell which one is better. I don't know if Megan or Carly is better as a character from Miranda Cosgrove. And she also does the voice of Margot from Despicable Me. Always tend to look at the creation instead of the person behind it. It's kind of hard to really look at the works and not think about the person that made it all possible. Yeah, they created it, but what about the directors, the storyboarders, and the people behind the scenes? They deserve the credit too, not just the creator. It's kind of hard to like stuff like the original seasons of Ren and Stimpy, all the Dan Schneider shows, and sadly even Rick and Morty. Justin Roiland. Jeez. It's gonna be hard to look at the art instead of the creator. But, you know, stuff happens. Megan was also cute, and also she's very evil, but I can't help, she's just so adorable in the older seasons. Yeah, that's true. Like, probably what's my favorite episode of Drake and Josh? Well, I actually liked the bet. I actually like that episode. I don't know why. It just makes me laugh every time. When I see Drake screaming because he's got some kind of rash because he hasn't eaten junk food in so long. I don't know why. I just keep laughing. I'm actually thinking about it right now. Or what about the one where they're in the class and then there's a teacher that speaks in a very bored voice. He's like, "Attention class, behold the human eye." That's where I got that Ming and I thing. That's where it came from. But instead of saying human eye, I say Ming and I. Dangle! Dangle! Behold! The Ming and I. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you a real human eye. First off, how did you get the real human eye? And is that a prop? Why would you say it's a human eye? I think the bet is probably the most memorable episode of Drake and Josh, aside of Doom Buggy. I mean, there's like a whole bunch of episodes. There's like Movie Thug. There's the one where, with the foam finger, that, like, Drake and Josh were, like, fighting over a foam finger and something. And just, there's just a lot of quotable stuff from Drake and Josh. It's like, "It's so on! I'm coming at you! Fast as lightning!" Josh Peck was probably my favorite actor in Drake and Josh. Also, Jerry Trainer and Miranda Cosgrove. It's just sad seeing how things turned out in the later years. Hopefully one day Drake and Josh will eventually reunite and do a reboot, but instead of calling it Josh and Drake, maybe try to... I mean, I can see why Drake didn't like the idea, but that's because Josh was basically the punching bag in the original series, and so now he's kind of getting back at Drake. Josh and Drake, oh yeah, I can see why it's a problem. Achoo! Wow, bless me. That's how society is. I mean, there's probably a reason why Josh lost all of that weight. He wanted to be used for other things. And while I did enjoy his time in Drake and Josh, I liked him relatively better in the later seasons because it showed that he had a lot of character growth. I hated that he was used as a punching bag because, seriously, it's not funny. It's not funny. I think he was also in the Amanda Show as well, which is why Really Big Shrimp was like the last episode of Drake and Josh, which basically led to a flashback of the first time that I think Drake and Josh met, but I can't really be sure, but this was at the time when they were fighting over a shrimp in the flashback. And they say the same exact things that they said in that particular part of the episode. Like, I enjoy shellfish! It's great to see that we see them young in the flashback, and it just shows how far they've come a long way. I don't know if Merry Christmas Drake and Josh is canon, but it's more of like a TV movie. Yeah, you want a good Merry Christmas episode? Don't go to Merry Christmas Mordecai. Go to Merry Christmas Drake and Josh. That's actually very heartfelt. It's got the best of Crazy Steve. When I say the best of Crazy Steve, I mean it. It's no wonder he went on to be recognized for his talent and became the voice of Dudley in Tough Puppy. If I want to say who's better, I'd say Crazy Steve is better. He's just more iconic. I like Dudley. I like Spencer. Spencer's got his funny moments too, but I think the most comedic character in iCarly is actually Gibby. And, I don't know what to say about the later seasons of iCarly, especially that episode where Carly gets her toes stuck in, like, I think the nozzle in the bathtub or something. Why is that? Oh, yeah. Dan Schneider. They've been leaving hints, guys. They've been leaving hints. You gotta see the kind of material that goes into these shows. Like, I don't know what it is about. It's just kind of uncomfortable to watch. The toes, guys, the toes! And having kids, like, take off their shirt. I mean, it's funny the first time, but you gotta remember, these are actually kids. It would work better if they're like teenagers, but no, they do this when they're like actually kids. Who on the staff said, oh, that's funny? It's funny the first time, but when they keep doing that, I mean, I know it's a gag, but it's funny when Muscle Man does it, because at least he's an adult. I kind of cringe when Gibby does that when he's young, but then you got Guppy. What was up with the directors? Dan is a creep. Remember Crazy Steve? Yeah. Remember when Josh got punched by Buck in the first episode? It was funny. No! It's not funny! It's not funny! Great, now you're laughing about it. I get it's supposed to be comedy sometimes, but, I mean, you can do comedy stuff without having to have people in pain, let alone people who don't deserve it. I don't know why, but Dan likes having the kids' actors' feet. Blah! So glad that he's out of Nickelodeon. It's gonna be hard to... And let's not forget Amanda's jacuzzi, where he's actually in the jacuzzi with Amanda. Also, who said... Looking back at this... This is absolutely cringe. You can never look at that the same way again. Ah! A jacuzzi, for crying out loud. It don't matter if they're eating spaghetti in the jacuzzi. Okay, that actually sounds like a pretty good idea. But, don't do it with adults, for crying out loud. Amanda's still young at the time. Yeah, the more you grow up, the more you realize just the kind of stuff that goes into the Dan Schneider shows. I'm pretty sure a lot of shows are notorious for this. Like Amanda's show, iCarly, I have to probably rewatch Drake and Josh just to be sure. I mean, I got Paramount Plus, so I got the whole series to binge watch. So yeah, put that on my list too of things to binge watch aside of regular show and Rick and Morty. It's always Royal Match. Why is it Royal Match? This is like the most common ad I get for games. Why is that? Remember they made spaghetti tacos? Yeah, I remember spaghetti tacos. That was an iCarly. Okay, that's actually creative. That's actually pretty cool. You know me, I love spaghetti. It's no wonder I have the Prego sauce with my ramen. Well, I have my ramen noodles with Prego sauce. That's only mainly because the seasoning in the ramen soup itself is too salty. And while I do like the salty chili cheese fries, it's kind of basically overdoing it with the seasoning. So I'm like, I'll just add the Prego sauce. I mean, I know it's far-fetched, but it's pretty good. Hello? At least you don't have to spend a long time having to boil spaghetti. Hello? Just make it quick and easy. Alright, so what to do with Chad and Jeremy Kids? Okay, what not to do in Chad and Jeremy Kids? No actual violent scenery or violent parts. This is a kid-friendly baby spinoff. Maybe slapstick, but nothing too severe. That also includes no blood. No blood or death. This would lead it to teen territory. Because my actual spin-off of Regular Life is rated T for teen. Well, this will lead to teen territory. Absolutely no sex or profanity. There's no sex in Regular Life. A lot of fan fictions are notorious for doing that, even regular show fan fictions, but mine, I don't do that. It's implied that it happens off of the episodes, but that's only because, you know, when there are people that fall in love with each other, it's bound to happen, but you won't see it. Name calling is fine. Examples being stupid, dumb, idiot, and I was thinking about saying dumb face because I remembered in regular show something about the crossword puzzle. You're the idiot, you want to dumb face? Okay, that actually sounds like something in a kid's show, Mordecai. You're for preteens! Rigby was right, it's just too stupid for the puzzle. Okay. Remember when Josh lost the baby of his dad's boss? I actually liked that episode. That was actually adorable. Megan had the baby. It was funny when Josh was crying. It was like, the baby's on the roof. Dude, Josh needs to be in comedy. He is hilarious. Okay, I'd say maybe Jerk would be much better. The series can teach life lessons and could get intense to explain topics, but not too intense. If it's to serve a plot, or stuff that happens in life, it's suitable. Give the characters personality traits to define them for who they are. So I'm going to give Jeremy's personality, the personality of Bob being naive, childish, and playful. Chad's going to have Stuart's personality. So you gotta have inspiration. Shelby is going to be possibly Kevin. Grayson is going to have the personality of Mel. Jericho's just going to have the same personality that he had in JTM. So JTM personality, Dale, JTM personality. I haven't yet to create other characters, but these are basically the ones that will serve in plots. As long as it still stays truthful to the source material, it can actually work. Imagine Sam from iCarly, Big Sister Sam. Yeah, I think they might have based Sam off of Sam from iCarly, except the personality of Patrick, but she's pretty strong. It may be minuscule, but, I mean, this is the best I got for right now. Be sure to watch stuff or shows for inspiration. Shows. Alright, I'm going to put down the shows I'll be watching for inspiration. We Baby Bears. Rugrats. Tom and Jerry Kids. Camp Coral. All shows need inspiration. And these shows are a step in the right direction. To write kid-friendly fan fiction. There we go. We almost got a Gibby spinoff. I know, dude. You said that before. I've heard you say this before. Oh, man. I'm starving. I gotta have some food. in a few minutes. First, let's go see what spawns we got in Pokemon. What do we got there? Ah, Jigglypuff. They have a costume one now. Wait, is Pikachu in this event? I haven't seen Pikachu spawn. Oh, there goes Jigglypuff. Is Pikachu in this event? I gotta check something. What? I don't think Pikachu's in the New Year event. They don't even have news about it. Ooh, a bunny. Dangle, now you want me to eat mine. Fine. I'd say the characters go on adventures. They look like kids right here, don't they? I guess I will show you the pilot. It's kind of funny. I'm not going to spoil the Gibby pilot because I want you to see it for yourself. But let's just say it's a Gibby squeeze. Okay. You do know I said that I have priorities this year, so I need some time to work on these projects. Do I have Camp Coral in my playlist? I'll have to add it later on Paramount Plus. So yeah, the basis of Shad and Jeremy Kids is basically them as kids, either going on adventures or having them go to school. I haven't really decided on what yet, so could I do them going on adventures, or should I do them going to school? Both? I don't know. And plus, it looks like Jeremy doesn't look like a toddler right there. He looks like he's maybe like 1 or 2 years old. And I kind of made the bear kind of carnival prize size. Maybe he wins that as a prize or something. Yeah, like the character's going to a fair. That's cute. That's adorable. And since I don't really have material to work with for right now, except clips I've seen of Camp Coral, it's a safe bet to say I need to watch these stuff in the full, so I'll be able to think of ideas of what to possibly do. Yeah, Jeremy's parents are still here, along with Chad's and Shelby's. Grayson doesn't have parents, and it's a sad backstory. I don't want to talk about it. So yeah, mention of death will happen because it is a part of life, but you're not going to see, like, killings like in regular life. So yeah, the series needs to be on TV Year 7 veins, along with K ratings. Fiction K is basically general audiences in fan fiction form. K plus is basically PG. T is teen audiences, what regular life is rated. And mature is for, well, the mature stuff, which I don't do. So what would I say would be the ratings for my other fan fictions? Well, Primal Rage is probably going to be T for teen. Minions One and the Minion might be K plus. Guardians of the Galaxy Close Redemption, also K plus. Jerk and Jeremy, T. But that's only because it's an episode that's going to soon be created in regular life. Soon! Dangle's eating chips right now, and I'm getting hungry, and I'm also munching on them. From struggling in Gold Battle League to coming up with ideas, I'll need this time to actually watch this stuff and let you know which one is suitable. I kind of disqualified a pup named Scooby-Doo. I mean, I know it's like a kid's spinoff, but I need a little more I don't know about maybe Tom and Jerry Kids. If I can't find any material for Tom and Jerry Kids, then I'll have to just stick with either We Baby Bears or Camp Coral. And Rugrats. The early seasons Rugrats. The original on Nickelodeon, not the CGI reboot. I mean, Chad and Jeremy Kids is basically a really long title. I mean, Chad and Jeremy Kids, episode 1. I don't know, if the title is gonna stay. And even if it is, it's just gonna be called Chad and Jeremy Kids episode 1, Chad and Jeremy Kids episode 2, 3, 4. We can't have long titles because DeviantArt doesn't allow long titles like that. If it were on Wattpad or fanfiction.net, then yeah, they can be long. But DeviantArt, they just don't allow really long titles for, like, literature and stuff. And you're also limited on how many words you can have on the page. So that's also a letdown. That's why the movies are basically in parts. Like Jeremy the Movie and Regular Life Journey to Legion. Well, Regular Life the Movie Journey to Legion. Also in the Gibby pilot, it takes place after iCarly. Alright, yeah, so we got the basis of what not to do in Chad and Jeremy Kids. So no actual violent parts. There can't be blood or death. Only if it's explained, then yeah. But we don't want it to be too severe. This is a baby spinoff. There will be no sex or profanity. Name calling is an exception, along with stupid, dumb-faced, idiot, and jerk. Seriously takes life lessons and could be intended to talk about topics. But it will be suitable if it's to serve a plot and stuff that happens in life. Characters' personality traits. Jeremy has Bob's personality, being cute and innocent. Chad's got Stuart's personality, kind of being rebellious. Shelby's got Kevin's, because she serves more as a leader. And Grayson has Mel's personality, because she's an asshole. Jericho and Dale have their personalities in Jeremy the Movie, so nothing's changed. But there could be some character growth. Who knows? I haven't written the first episode yet, and I'm slowing right now because I gotta get something to eat. Shows used for inspiration: We Baby Bears, Rugrats, and Camp Coral. And all these shows need inspiration, and these shows are a step in the right direction to write kid-friendly fan fiction. So yeah, you gotta watch these shows to get inspired. As JG did with Regular Show, it's basically an inspiration of Rocko's Modern Life and Mighty Boosh, early Simpsons, and The Office. Chad and Jeremy Kids will have inspiration from We Baby Bears, Rugrats, and Camp Coral. Ones I feel, well, Rugrats is kind of more for babies. Chad and Jeremy Kids is primarily more K material, rated G. So, I don't know. Unless I think it's going to be a good inspiration, it's debatable. The sooner I start brainstorming more, the better. But I can't do it on the live stream because I'm slurring, I'm hungry, I need to get something to eat, and the 3 packages of ramen will be really good fuel to help me. You know, just gotta do that, right? I will see you guys later for the search for Galarian Articuno. Might as well watch those shows for inspiration. I'll let you know which one was eventually picked.